Desarde, what can I do for you?
Our investigation is well underway, but the culprit is not who we thought.
What do you mean?
We found Alba, but she was innocent. In fact, her captain used us and her father to scare her. It's because of us that she fled. But she never stole documents or tried to sell your secrets.
So, are you saying that the culprit is Reuben?
If this were not the case, why make up this story against Alba and use us like that?
I can't believe it. And to think that I believed his lies. However, he is a captain. I cannot condemn him without solid proof. And we have to find out who he was selling his journal to. Ask his crew, but stay discreet. It should not arouse suspicions. Anything else?
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
Your Excellency. What can I do?
What do you think of your new
He knows how to make people obey him. He's a captain.
Does he get on well with her?
He was suspicious of her at first, but when she disappeared, he told us that she didn't have what it takes. He spoke of treason, that sort of thing. Anything else?
I'm afraid I need to be going. Good day. What can I do for you? What do you think about your new...
He is fair, decisive, and he certainly knows the... And since we got here, he seems... But, never mind me. It's not my place to do. Anything else?
I need to be off.
Farewell, then.
Hello. You need something.
What do you think about Captain...
He's a good captain.
He's aloof. Doesn't get along with his...
You're still far from the mark. To him, we're not... The only one who gets a smile from time to time is that she scratches his itch. As soon as he can, he should be careful. A debt with a coin guard is like...
If he's a loner, would make sense to need some company from time to time. And as captain...
Yes, you are certainly right. Anything else?
I need to go.
Smooth sailing.
Hello, my darlings. It's rare to see the upper crust in here. Do you and yours want to have a good time?
I'm sorry, but I'm not here for that.
Really? What would you like, then?
I was told that Captain Reuben liked you a lot. And that you spend a lot of...
He's one of my regulars, it's true. He always asks for me. It's because I'm the sweetest.
Does he confide in you?
Sorry, my dear. But what's between my clients and me?
Even if I offer you a sum to help you enjoy 1 or 2 quiet nights?
I would appreciate it. But I still cannot tell you the secrets between Reuben and me.
Come on. It looks like you work hard here. And I'm not asking you to betray him. Just tell me about him.
Well, it is true that a night's rest would do me good. All right. What do you want to know?
Did Reuben tell you about his relationship with his men and...
Oh, yes. He's always complaining about it. But they only changed his ship. And the crew is knowing. He says everyone is unfair towards him and doesn't recognize his talent.
Have you noticed him change lately?
Yes. He's become impatient.
Did he tell you about his plans?
Like everyone else, he told me that he would soon be someone very... and that he would marry me.
Thank you, Gretchen. I'm done.
This man is a complete traitor. Bitter, dissatisfied, and anxious. We should follow him tonight. He may finally lead us to some solid proof.
We can see everything from here.
Destruction, whatever!
Here he is, red-handed. Do you want us to arrest him?
We should first find out what he puts in the box. Let him finish. The way is clear. Now, let's take a look at this box. The captain and his buyer should meet here at nightfall. This must be where the exchange will take place.
We should put the message in the box, so no one will know we've seen it.
We should report it to the Admiral.
Let's go.
Oh, it's you on Omenawi! Come and see!
Are your boots all through? Is your hat out of style? Does your best...
Desarde, what can I do for you?
We know a little more. Reuben continues to use the dead drop, and has made...
He has quite the nerve.
He must have thought that we would not come back. This could be a good time to get the proof we need.
That's an excellent idea. I will come with you. I want to...
You'll find all you need.
From this position, we'll be able to see the meeting discreetly.
Perfect. I can't wait to witness it. This traitor is going to find out exactly what it costs to make fun of us.
Men of the coin. I can't believe it. What schemes have we gotten mixed up with again?
The wretched traitor. How dare he sell us to lawless mercenaries? traitor got what he deserved.
You're a tough fighter, but you are wounded.
It's nothing. Sorry to have charged like that. I got carried away. I couldn't bear to see this traitor sell his whole...
Do you want us to tend to your wound?
No, I'll go back to port and get back on my feet. Thank you, the three of you.
He was ready to sell more than just his own knowledge. There are plans for machines and ships that he must have stolen from elsewhere. In addition to a substantial sum, Reuben is also going to obtain a major post on the continent.
Disgusting that someone could accept a deal like that. And we're surprised that some officers are not respected.
Everything is here. We'll give it to the Admiral tomorrow.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
How are your wounds?
I recovered fast. It was nothing. Did you?
Yes, here they are. But there was...
So, he lusted after a prestigious position. And what a salary! I thank you for bringing me all this. As for you, Alba, I owe you an apology. I should have trusted you.
You have nothing to do with it. The captain did everything to make me...
No. If we put the same trust in the volunteer, we owe you a lot, Desarde. You have my anything else?
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
Siora,
Asir, always with you.
Ertirtu Madise. What do you want?
I'm only here to accompany Siora. I came to give our mother back to the earth.
I know. Performing the ritual.
Isilde,
I know. Preparing the place is the role.
Karantz, do you need something? I must leave you.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
We are approaching Vasrigan. This is where I will perform the ritual. This burial mound has been the final resting place of our queens for generations. It must be prepared before we can start the ritual. Something's wrong. Normally, you would hear the birds singing in this place. What do you mean?
She's right. Something isn't quite right.
There! This is not
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
See any around here. They must have nested in the shadow of the burial mound. In that case, we have no choice but to destroy their nests. Otherwise, they'll just keep coming back.
You are right. We cannot let these carnivores roam so close to my mother's remains.
Your armor! Be careful! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Things are about to get dicey! Approach your armor! Be careful! Approach your armor! Be careful! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! You're running out of energy! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Will no longer trouble the peace of our queen. All we have to do now is to take care of the ceremony. Is there anything else to prepare? Of course. We will need some censers crafted especially for the ritual. Where can we find them? It would be ideal if we could craft them ourselves, but otherwise... And I will also need some mortuary lotion. I will give you a list of all the ingredients because we will have to prepare it once. I thank you for being by my side and help. Don't mention it, Zior.
Do you see anything? If you want to trade again, do you see anything? If you want to trade again, you know where to find me. on Almanawi. Do you want to trade?
We have all that we need. Let's go back to the burial mound to put everything in place. Here we are. It is on this stone altar that we will place the body of my mother. We must place a censer where her head will be, and another near her feet. And then you will have done everything you could to help me. And I am infinitely grateful for it. Your presence by my side means a lot to me. But only my... This is how our ritual of the day... There. Everything is in place. Thanks again, on Almanawi. My sister should be joining me soon. You should wait outside. Oh, these rituals are demanding. But they help us to say goodbye to those we love. You have been a true friend. A Karans, accepting to help me the way you did. Thank you. I will never forget the kindness you displayed. Conforming to our customs and staying by my side.
It's only natural, Siora. I know what it feels like to lose someone who is dear to you.
We should go now. It is time to return to the living.
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole... I know that you must choose your path, and your combat is not necessarily the best response. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it.
Is that an idea that you're...
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep.
Watch out, Anadai!
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree.
Tell us. Visions like this.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I fell to the ground and spun, and suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was then, just like before, the vision dissipated. Here, this looks like a snowflake. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. This stone is blackened. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. This stone bears the image of a storm. This stone bears the image of a storm. On this stone, the sun is visible. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. This drawing looks like an infant. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. 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 I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Mil Frichtemann.
Bertir to Mad on Olmanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what this...
A face in the mountain...
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking in. You have given the blood of the animals that protected the entrance to the passage. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided finally, you have completed the ritual. You choose to trust the way of Rose, and the island has seen your intelligence and also your...
Am I authorized to encounter Einon Mil Frichtemann?
If the High King agrees, yes. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to...
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well.
I do not know. And I believe that it may...
Is he hiding?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then, the last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important. There was Dedra, Blatnid, Ulan...
My mother, alas, can tell it.
Yes. I heard about your loss, Yora.
And divorced Tirce.
Dedra is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warrior.
I have already met her. She sent me to confront...
That sounds like her. Ulan, it is said that he welcomes the Renags. He is the chief of the Earth Healers.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to...
Kwa awalam said.
Greenblood, my friend. Do you need something?
I must leave you.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord D'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord D'Orsay has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
Do you know precisely where the company was?
No, not precisely. I hadn't... The islanders said they were following the path.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done?
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice... But that's a question. My cousin was quite weak. Do you...
His Highness was feeling much better. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wit. I wasn't privy to their counsel, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered...
That sounds like him. What sort of mess is he...
I am sorry, milady.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on a...
Thank you, milady.
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It wasn't a landslide that did this, but combat. A deadly one. I sure hope our little governor has escaped the carnage.
Search the area. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what happened here. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the area and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Katasak wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. But there are bodies. And without a doubt, there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? A crater, without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly to the end. Neither Constantine nor Katasak are amongst them. Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened and many fell during the fight. But a group escaped down this path. We need to continue following their tracks. More tracks. Footprints. The ones who got away fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames.
Things are about to get dicey!
New sounds of an explosion. Can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again? Or something else? New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only corpses of our own men. Where could these other soldiers have come from?
These are coin guard. But I couldn't tell you if they served the Bridge Alliance or Teleme.
More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them? There are footprints. Only a handful made it up here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katasak. These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. But what could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. These vials look familiar. Katasak used the very same to stock his potions. He came all the way here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine. What have you gotten yourself into again? According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge be in some way linked to this attack? That makes no sense. Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katazak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Katazak.
Unless he himself was behind it. He's a powerful Donegad. The beasts obey him.
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your cousin.
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantine captive, he can now apply leverage to the colonists and force them to accept his conditions. But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. Regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. Perhaps we could return to Wenxavier in order to learn more. Katazak may have returned there. His Boglandaig might be able to tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers participated in the combat. Or at least the end of it. They must have some stories to tell us.
I doubt that the Alliance would have decided to openly attack their ally. Don't forget that they owe their continued presence on the island to you.
And thanks to you, too. But their men were there on the cliff. And Constantine is no longer among us. Maybe those men are still loyal to the preceding commander. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
colonials. You must have gotten lost to have come this far from no...
De Sardet. I am legate of the congregation.
A legate? Pardon my dismay, but we don't...
Captain Idris.
I am the ranking officer in charge of this... What can I do for you?
I am looking for Constantin d'Orsay, the island governor of the Congregation of Merchants.
A governor? Here?
My cousin was part of an expedition. His men and his camp were... But we found no trace of his body. Wounded and holding up somewhere, or...
Have you cast your suspicions in out? We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency. But we haven't... The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison.
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note.
And they are dead.
Explain yourself, Captain.
They were monitoring the zone. We have lost too many men to surprise. Yesterday, we heard...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams. Certain...
So the last of my men give up their lives. You can think of me as a coward if you like.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding... I'm convinced that you are hiding something from me, Captain. I will return.
And my answers will not... Anything else?
I know you haven't told me everything about the... I understand what you're feeling. The feeling of being abandoned. But if you know anything...
I don't know what to tell you, Excellency.
I can see how difficult your presence... I'm certain you haven't been paid. I cannot solve all of your problems.
A little gold would certainly improve the... One of the men I posted there returned...
A survivor. Excellent. Did he tell you?
He wasn't able to say a word. Our nurse sits with him, but... his wounds are extremely...
I am sorry to hear that, Captain.
Go and see the nurse. But I can't take it anymore. Anything else?
Concerning the young man that...
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? I thought this boy will not survive. Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do this.
What are you doing there? This is an infirmary!
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
Yes, at least I think so.
I see. Give me the recipe.
Thank... Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this. There. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough.
And if he survives, when could we
come back tomorrow at...
Very well.
See you soon.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who saved me? The nurse?
I simply prepared the potion that she told. Could you tell me what happened during...
I will try. We were posted up on the peak to follow Rep, and we heard sounds of fighting not far from it, and were screaming. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He's...
Konstantin Katasak and his
Dozens of wild animals. They seem complete...
Flames?
I don't know. I didn't see everything. But I thought I saw another islander. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish. I dragged myself here.
I'm going to have to go and find these...
You shouldn't do that.
That's enough. Rest now.
Yes. It's best. I'll have a word with your captain.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the...
Did you learn what you needed?
Yes. I was able to... He and his company heard sounds. My cousin's escort were nearly annihilated by a strange sorcerer controlled them.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found and...
Like you freed the scholars. Thank you again.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.